Welcome back. So tonight, as you can see, it's dark out or getting dark. Got a pretty cool Arizona sunset going on, but I'm gonna go ahead and start installing the axles onto the trailer, or the axleless suspension Timbrens. So I got them kind of laid out here. I'm going to start with installing pre-lubing the bearings. I'm going to install them, the inner bearing at least, and race into the drum. Once I got that done, I'm going to bolt the suspension to the trailer, bolt the spindle to that, install the backing plate, and then the drum. And for installing these hubs, I'll probably just put it on a time lapse. There's a ton of videos out there on how to install hubs and drums, how to do bearings and all that. It's not too difficult. And then with the Timbrens, I'm sure once I get to the point where I'm going to permanently mount them and need to align them, I'll try to do a video on that. But for now, I just want to get these on so I get the wheels and tires on, get it on the ground, and try to figure out my fender situation. So that's where I'm at. I am going to start assembling these. Alright, so I got my inner bearing in and seal. That's all in. Got my outer bearing packed with grease. So now I'm going to go set up and get ready to install bolt the Timbren on, and then I can bolt the spindle on, the brake backing plate, and the drum. Let me go get all this set up and I'll get it installed. So I got all my hardware laid out. Got the swing arm laying up on top. I'll have to swing that down, hold it in. This is a part where it'd be helpful to have an extra set of hands, but tonight I don't. So I'm gonna kind of sit in the chair here, sit in my lap, and use my legs to help hold it. One thing to keep in mind when installing brakes, on the backing plates, they'll be stamped with an L or an R down near that adjustment slot. So you got a left and a right. You don't want to mix those up and have your brakes working backwards, I guess. You want to make sure you get the most life out of them. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt to get this put on here, and we'll go from there. Once I get the swing arm on, I'll bolt the spindle on, backing plates, and then the drum. I'll probably just put you on a time lapse and we'll get her done. so I got the Timbrens installed with the brakes and drums. So here's what they look like. So as of right now, I haven't torqued anything because I still need to align it. So my thought is I'll align the spindles, and then when I remove these to paint them, I'll just remove from the frame here when I go to paint the frame. So just keep in mind there is a left and a right side to the brakes. And then the other thing you saw me do installing these is I torqued the hub nut down to 100 foot-pounds, then I backed it off, and I just snugged it by hand, and then put the cotter pin in. You want to do that to seat the bearings. And as you're seating them, you want to rotate the hub. Now you'll probably hear these grind a little bit. That's just the new brake shoes. Okay, I got the left side in. The right side is in. Sorry about the light here. It's getting late. Then you got your wiring for the electric brakes. I'll have to wire those in at some point. But yeah, here's how the mounting looks on the inside of the frame. Get your 3 going through the frame, and then these 3 down here. So now there is no axle tube, but this is the 4-inch lift. You can see the water tank mount hanging below there. I think with the 33s I'll have plenty of clearance on this thing. But yeah, these weren't too bad to install. Wasn't too difficult at all, actually enjoying it. So if you're thinking about building one of these, like I said before, just do it. It's worth it. I'm having a blast and it's very rewarding. You know, I never thought in a million years I'd build something like this, and here I am getting it done. Way overbuilt. But I don't care. That's how I want it. I'm having fun with it. This thing will be a tank when it's done. Part of the reason I'm overbuilding it is, like, if you're off-road on a trail somewhere and this thing's, you know, rocking back and forth, I don't want nothing flexing. You see in some campers the sidewalls flex and then your interior paneling comes loose, and I don't want any flex in the body. I don't want nothing coming loose. I want it to be rock solid. So the only way I know how to make it rock solid is just overkill it. But so the next thing to do is put the wheels on. I'm going to do that right now. I'll show you what it looks like with the wheels and tires, and give me a few minutes here and I'll get those bolted on. I got the wheels and tires put on. Kind of give you an idea from the back. So by using the Timbren, the 3,500 pound HD heavy duties, what they do is the spindle is 2 inches longer, I believe, which allows for oversized wheels and tires. So that's what we got, and that's what we're running. So it gives me plenty of clearance in between the frame and the tire. Keep in mind I still have to align these, torque everything down. I'll have to remove it again so I can paint. But so far I'm liking it. Let me lower this light so I can get it on the wheel better. So these are the wheels and tires I went with. I picked them up from a local discount tire. So the wheels are 17 by 9, 6 on 5.5 bolt pattern with a -12 offset. I believe they're the Vision Nemesis. This outer ring, it's not a bead lock, it's, I think they call it a street lock. But that ring is removable. So the nice thing is it does help protect the wheel against any rock damage, you know, rubs, curbs, things like that. Then the tires, they're just the discount tire brand Pathfinder all-terrains. They're the 285 7017s, so basically 33s. And I mean, these things are big. The one nice thing about it is if we turn around, my 2000 Toyota 4Runner, here I'm running the same exact wheel and tire on it, including, it's hard to see back here because it's dark, a full-size spare. So matching spare too. So if I get a flat on the truck or on the trailer, I have a spare that'll work. As long as I only get one flat. If I get two, I'm kind of screwed. The other nice thing is trailers tend to sit a lot more than your daily rig. So the benefit of running the same wheel and tire, I feel, on my camping trailer, my off-road overland trailer, whatever you want to call it, is I can rotate these in onto my 4Runner and use them to get more life out of the tires on my 4Runner. That way these aren't just sitting, you know, most of the time, because realistically you go camping, I don't know, maybe 8-10 times a year, and maybe a couple 100 miles each trip. So down here in the Arizona heat, these tires would just rot off of here over the years. So the thought process was be able to run them out on the 4Runner too. The only thing I couldn't fit with these wheels is the center caps that they come with because of the hub. But I think they look fine. I like them like that. And again, it's still off the ground, but now with the wheels and tires on there, that water tank cage there, I have a feeling he's gonna have plenty of clearance. So once we get it on the ground, I'll measure it just to see, out of curiosity. But I don't know, I'm pretty excited. It's turning out really well, I think. So if you want to continue and follow the build, please like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.